Hi again, how's it going? It's going pretty good with me. So I missed another week last week. I did actually make a video, but I didn't end up uploading, and I'll get to that in a second. So what I did, because there were 2 weeks to go through in the intro, is I just paired up days and averaged the two weights. It probably gave you a more accurate reflection anyway, because of course the daily ups and downs of weight is, completely irrelevant. Anyway, so the only thing I can note about that is that I've now lost 60 pounds since I started this on New Year's. So that's pretty good. Within those numbers is something I'm not too happy about. My fat percentage isn't going down very quickly, so it means I'm losing a lot of muscle mass along with the fat. I had really good success in June, July, and August at maintaining my lean body mass while I was losing almost all fat. And I haven't, so September was really bad for that, and I only lost 4 pounds in the whole month. And my diet wasn't really changed at all in any significant way. My exercise routine wasn't. So I was kind of baffled as to what was going on. Until last weekend, I was thinking about the problem, and I realized, ever since I got back from my vacation at the end of August, I have this butterflies in my stomach feeling. It's due to stuff that's going on at work. In case you don't know, if you have if you have stress that's that kind of stress where it's sort of, even when you're not around whatever it is that's stressing you, like when you're not at work, you feel that, that feeling, your levels of cortisol are going to be elevated and cortisol is a hormone that's neither really good nor bad. It's part of the body's homeostasis, but if kept elevated for a long enough period, it'll start to cannibalize your muscle tissue. So, it makes you actually fatter even if you are losing weight. Anyway, so last weekend I made this video about that, and I don't know, I just had a kind of an angry edge to my voice when I was talking about that. I just didn't want angry vibes in my channel, so I didn't upload it. And I knew what I had to do anyway, and it was just change my mindset about what was going on. In a nutshell, basically, we've had some people go back to school, we've had some people quit, and we've had one person who's going to be away for a month or two on for a medical reason, and they're not replacing them. They feel like the economy is still not improved that much, so they can save some money, and they continue on taking new jobs, but and the rest of us are expected, I guess, to pick up the slack. Well, that ends with me, at least. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be going in and doing my thing and collecting my check, and beyond that, I really don't give a shit. Any extra work that doesn't get done because we don't have enough people, that is their problem, not my problem. So, ever since I sort of flicked that switch, I've been feeling a lot better, and I do anticipate that my fat percentage will be going down as it usually does, starting from last week on. And if not, well, then I'll have to look at, maybe my what I'm eating and that sort of thing. But I'll give that some time to work. So yeah. Oh yeah, and speaking of my fat percentage, I was supposed to have another DXA scan yesterday, but the guy who runs it, had to reschedule for next weekend. So I'll tell you all about that in my next video. In case you didn't see my video from April when I first had my DXA scan, it's basically a low-level X-ray. It tells you how much bone, how much lean tissue, and how much fat tissue you have in all the different parts of your body, your 2 legs, your 2 arms, your torso, your head. And so it'll be interesting to see the side-by-side numbers. I anticipate I'll probably get that done every 6 months, and so that'll enables me to calibrate the fat percentage estimates that I do by measuring with cloth tape. Yeah, and so the only thing of note I can tell you about this week is I went clothes shopping yesterday and today. And I went into my favorite Big and Tall store, and I was thinking that I should probably go down to a 42. My 44s, unless I'm wearing a belt, fall off now. But, you know, in the Big and Tall stores, they carry a lot of 44s, a lot of 46s, a lot of 48s and up. Once you get down to the 42s and 40s, you're in the tall side of their business. And so, you know, I realize you can tailor the pants and everything to be shorter, but they still don't, you know, even when you're trying them on, I prefer them to be the proper length, just so I can see how they're really going to, you know, how the fabric is really going to drape. So I didn't end up buying anything there. I ended up ordering one shirt, which comes in next week. So I decided, well, I'll go to a regular store. I haven't been there in, you know, years. So I went to Buffalo Jeans. I went to a bunch of places, but this is I have a little story to tell you about. I like Buffalo because, according to Buffalo, it's still 1998, so I can get my tree trunk thighs into a nice wide leg jean. You know, the skinny jeans, the whole tapered look. I mean, okay, if the emo kids want to have flat asses, that's great. If that's the look they're going for, that's wonderful. But it's crossing into the mainstream now. And it's gross. I saw the tapered legs in the 1980s. People, that leads to parachute pants and it leads to MC Hammer. You don't want that. You don't want to go there. Anyway, so I go into the Buffalo Jeans store, and this little blonde teenie's working there, and she said, you know, I asked her, because I looked on the internet to see what lines they had that went up to 42. But they didn't have any at that particular store. They didn't have anything above 38. And she says, well, why don't you go to the Bay? The Bay is a Canadian department store. Why don't you go to the Bay, because the Bay carries Buffalo, but older people shop there, so they may have something in your size. Oh, older people. Okay. Oh, jeez. So I guess I'm no longer fat. I'm just old now. You know, I'm in my mid-30s, and I'm okay with being called old by, you know, blonde teenies that work at a retail store, but it's still weird to hear it. Anyway, that's the only thing I can tell you about this weekend. It was kind of a bust clothing-wise. Hopefully I'll have something to show off for next weekend. So yeah, have a great week, everybody. I will see you next time. Okay, bye.